According to the magazine First Responders Suicide Rates, Mental Health Crisis Rise by Jamie Costa, nationally 1,405 first responders were reported to have committed suicide since 2018. This is an alarming number. First responders appear strong and composed, but often carry the weight of what they have experienced silently. They're having to fight their own battles because trauma does not go away, it stays with them. Without the correct help, it affects their mental health, relationships, and job performances. Regardless of if you know a first responder or not, it is still our job as citizens of the community to help our first responders. First responders see us in our worst time: crashes, burning buildings, and medical emergencies. So it is important for us to understand what they might be going through afterwards. It is impossible for emergency professionals to be fully aware at the scenes because of the previous trauma they have already encountered and no professional intervention. It should be a requirement for first responders to go through a debrief after severe trauma. For the safety and well-being of our first responders, we need it to be a requirement for them to have to see a therapist after traumatic experiences. Today, I will discuss why we need to make it a requirement for first responders to see a therapist and how it can help have a positive impact on first responders and the communities. To begin, let's look at why there's a need for mental health support among the first responders. First responders are always experiencing traumatic events, but they never receive mental health help. They witness violence, death, and highly stressful emergencies daily. A study by Institute of Health called Biometric Telehealth, an invitation solution for first responders with PTSD, says in absolute numbers, an estimated 400,000 first responders in America have at least one symptom of PTSD. This number will continue to rise unless we do something about it. Similar studies from the article The Relationship Between Multiple Traumatic Events and the Severity of Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder Symptoms by Tobias Cube says a substantial body of literature suggests that the experience of multiple traumatic events drastically increase the risk of the severity and chronology of PTSD symptoms as compared to single traumatic events. First responders will continue to have traumatic experiences, and if we do not help them, the trauma they face will keep building until they break. First responders make up 1% of all suicides in the world, according to the U.S. Fire Administration's journal. Study examines higher suicide rates among first responders, many of which do not seek help, fearing they will seem weak. Mental health, however, is just as important as physical help. Ignoring traumas will lead to burnout, substance abuse, and the ability to do their job. First responders avoid seeking help not because they do not want it, because there are obstacles in the way. Requiring mental health care after traumatic encounters would help guarantee consistencies. Making it mandatory to see a therapist would help normalize seeking help and get rid of the mindset, I am too strong to have mental health issues. It would give first responders a safe place to go and process the traumatic encounters. If a therapist reaches a first responder quickly, it will help prevent long-term mental health issues. Routine follow-ups after critical incidents can fix the problem before they worsen. A popular nonprofit called Warriors Rest Foundation strives to help emergency professionals heal from their frontline traumas. They offer support, training, and tools to help build up the resilience of our first responders in the communities. With therapists to help first responders, the outcome can improve significantly. What if every first responder had access to mental health professional right after a traumatic call? They could serve their communities better because they are healthier and more focused on their job. On the other hand, if they continue to never get help from therapists, many will continue to suffer in silence. This will lead to damaged relationships, life or death mistakes on the job, and leaving the profession altogether. Supporting first responders and their mental health will create a safer community and stronger individuals. As a result of the benefits, action must be taken to support the first responders. Anyone can support first responders in their mental health. Communities and lawmakers should support bills and laws that require first responders to receive therapy sessions. State departments should help fund the resources for therapists to support them. As citizens, we can support mental health awareness for first responders. A simple thank you can go a far way. Now it is easy to see how crucial the need for first responders to see a therapist on a regular basis is. Now the next time you see a first responder, thank them for their service and support the individuals who are fighting for them to get help. Thank you.